Hello, this is Nikki in Niagara, coming to you from Niagara Falls, Canada. I am finally ready to show you my July July. I never know what month it is when I start to record. So I'm going to show you my July haul of things that I have bought or received in the mail. Well, they've all been received in the mail basically, except for a couple of things. And these are coloring books and coloring supplies. I think this month I have more of the coloring supplies than I do books. So I just got in the last thing I was waiting for yesterday from Japan. So we're all set to go. So what did I get? Well, let me move this stuff out of the way and then we can start. If I can set these on top of my pile without spilling the pile onto the ground very, very precariously. So first of all, I got two of these. These are cross divider cubes, and they are what I keep my pencils and markers in. They sit on the shelf like this, and they have little magnets that go in little slots on the sides so you can stack them high or wide and whatever, so that they are stable. And every couple of orders or so on Amazon, take a look, see if I need any more, and I buy one or two, so that I'm always kind of just behind what I need. So I added two more, and that makes me have an even dozen. So the next item I have is I got the 24 count Sharpie Ultra Fine set. Now I have a ton of the, you know what, I think maybe we can do without the brightness. Thought it would be too dark in here without it, but I think maybe I might be able to edit a bit of light into that. It's gonna be better. There's no glare at least. Okay, so these are, I already said what they are. I have a lot of the what they call fine size, or the bullet tip Sharpies, but I only actually have two colors of ultrafine Sharpies. Of course I have a handful of blacks, but you know you need the colors. So I thought these would be a nice mix along with my Bic Ultrafines. And so I will be swatching my Sharpies at some point, and I think I'll do that online, on camera, because I'm going to track down some color charts and see if I can match up what I have to the colors. Then I got the multicultural set of Crayolas. These are the bold point ones rather than the super tips. These are the short and fat ones, but I thought they would be good for doing faces and skin and stuff when I'm working in a double-sided book, and mostly I got them for doing my Disney color by numbers, the coloriage mystère that I do. So, and then next we got some more, and these are Staedtler 325s. I didn't know what number they were because they aren't listed. They weren't listed that way. They were just listed as Staedtler 24 fiber tip pens. But when I look on the pen, it says 325, and it does here on the packaging. So I'm in the habit right now of trying out all the different sets of markers so that I can come up with the markers that I want, the ones I like the best, and use consistently, and then those are the ones that I'll replace and reuse over and over, because my color by number books, a lot of them, especially the French ones, are really good done in these kinds of markers. So what I would like to know, I have a question for y'all, is what is the difference between a Staedtler 325 and Zoe's famous Staedtler 326s? That is a question I would like to know. So those will get swatched. I've already used them. They're very, very juicy. And then from Japan, I ordered an empty Copic sketch marker. And the reason I ordered this is I use odorless mineral spirits, commonly known as Gamsol, for my blending when I use pencils. So I saw somebody doing this, and I thought it was a brilliant idea, and that is to put the spirits into an empty Copic marker, and then that way you can use the marker as your blender pen and keep refilling it. The idea was to start with one that was empty so that you wouldn't have the ink residue behind in the other one, which could last a very long time and of course wreck your pictures. So I'm looking forward to getting that filled and trying that out. That means I can put that in the garbage. And we're still going with supplies here, folks. I've got a lot of swatching ahead of me. I got the Bic Intensity Ultra Fines. I have been using these pretty much all month because I received them at the beginning of the month, and yeah, I couldn't keep my hands off them. I seem to use these more than I do my fines, and I use those all the time, and I've had them several months. So I think I'm going to like this size even better, though there'll always be a place for both sizes. So now I can say I'm set for Sharpie and Bic fine markers and Sharpie and Bic Ultra Fines. So I think they just go together. The same sort of thing. Okay, then I picked this up for myself. So far I have pretty much been using the black and white Poscas, and I have them in many, many sizes. I had a couple colors, and then a few months ago Paletteful Packs did a Posca pen pack, and they gave us some colors, and I really decided then and there that I liked having the colors. So my favorite size in coloring books is the extra fine, which is the 1M. I believe, yes, PC1M, which is a 0.7 millimeter tip. I haven't used these yet. They just came the other day, so their tips are still white, but you can see how tiny that is. Very tiny. And I find them very useful for doing backgrounds and stuff in coloring books because you can get into the tiny spaces. So these are what they call the natural colors, and I think I would find it more apt to call them the pastels. But they are called the natural colors, and you can get them in all nib sizes. Okay, hey, we got a book, we got a book. Okay, so this is not my very first, because later down near the bottom of the pile I have my very first Angie Grace book. This was the second Angie Grace book that I received. It is Angie's Extreme Stress Menders, Volume 1. Its title is Balance. The Extreme Stress Menders are all mandalas, and basically extreme mandalas. I have started this and been working like crazy in it. But I'll show you a few that I've done, and you can see that they are very intricate. I usually have to use a magnifying glass to do the centers. I've been using my fine liners in here. So those are the ones I've done, and then here's a picture of some that haven't been done. I'm going to do a separate flip through of all the books that I show on here. It has been it's been a while since I put some flips up, and I have a lot of books to show you guys. So I think I'm going to be working on those and putting those up during the coming weeks. Then I went to the dollar store and I picked up 2 of these jumbo markers by Studio. They're just permanent markers, jumbo size, that's got 3/8 of an inch chisel. These are intended to use as postal markers, but I use them to fill in the borders on some of my coloring pages so that they have a black border. So just picked up a couple of those. Also at the dollar store, I picked up this set of permanent markers, which I don't know, whenever I see permanent markers, I always feel like I need to give them a try. There's only 6 here. They're a little off color for your basics. The green looks more of a teal. There's a pink, there's a purple, blue, red, and orange. So yeah. Look forward to trying those out, and those I'll add to my I will add to my Sharpie and Bic collection. Then the next thing that I got, and I got this on Amazon from a third-party seller, and this is Color Me Happy. So, yay me, because this is my very first Angela Porter book, and I have been drooling over her work for quite some time. So I have a couple of these now because they're in what I'm going to show you. But these are doodly patterns. Some are more simple and some are more complex, and they're just stuff that I really like. There'll be a mandala section in here too. Each section is supposed to help with different emotions or emotional needs. So yeah, that's really cool. I thought it was colored in for a minute there, but it was just a shadow from my thing. Okay, then it was my birthday month, so I did get a couple of coloring related items, and one was this basic set plus gold and silver set of Posca basic pens in size 1M, the extra fine, same as the other ones that I showed you. So I have a complete set of colors of these extra fines because I already have several whites and blacks that are this size, and here you go, I get 2 more. And yes, so now that I have those, I can swatch out all my Poscas, and I can actually go ahead and swatch out my other paint pens, because I do have other brands of paint pens and some of them are okay. I just do use my Poscas the most. Then I got this for my birthday. I already have one, but I needed another one to put my pens in. This is actually going to be for my second set of Copics. I have set A, and my oldest son got me set B for my birthday, and we're just waiting for them to arrive from Japan, because they take a while to arrive. So yeah, I'm all prepared with the trays for them. Then I got the Maped Color Peps. These are washable markers, and they're just pretty much your straightforward fiber tip markers. This is a replacement set for me. I had run out of a couple of colors, so I ordered a second set, and I've already taken those colors out of here and put them into the ones I'm using, and then these will continue to be my duplicates. Then my last trip to the drugstore found me buying Woodland Fairies Coloring Heaven, issue 49, and these are pictures by Christine Caron. It includes 10 exclusive new designs, and what I like about this is that it starts with line drawings, and then in the middle it does grayscale, and then it ends with line drawings. And it looks like there's a few men in here too, which I really appreciate, because I hate all the lady stuff that's around. Okay, then the July Paletteful Packs arrived, and this is a great one. We got, so first of all, we got a pad of bee paper, and this is Super Deluxe Mixed Media, so it's a good quality pad of paper. We got a fine liner. If I see, this is a Sakura Pigma Micro Perm, so this is in 0.3, so that means it is a very tiny nib. Not too sure how much I'll use this in coloring. I do use my black fine liners a lot in my coloring for various things here and there, but I think the smallest I've used is 0.5, but this is a permanent one, so maybe when I'm doing watercolor I'll use that. Then we got the Koi water brush. This is the travel one that you can take apart, so it's only this small, but when you put it together it's big, like a regular one. I have a ton of water brushes, so I don't need to open that. But the pièce de résistance is Marabou's Aqua Pen Graphics, and these are watercolor felt tip pens, and they have a brush nib and a fine nib. This is a set of 6, and it is the Metropolitan collection. So I've been on the website, and these are not too heavily priced. And this is what they look like. Let's see. Do they have the color on them? No, they don't. That's annoying. Brush, Aqua Pen Graphics, brush and fine. And then watercolor felt tip pen in 3 languages. Darn. It does have little nibs on these edges though, so it won't roll away. It'll just roll in. Well, I guess if you send it rolling, but if you just put it on your desk, it doesn't roll away. So this is the brush nib. Right here, and it is a stiff brush, and that's what I like for coloring with. I do not do lettering, hand lettering, so I don't need soft brushes. And then the fine, oh, that's nice. That's a nice size for a fine tip too. And these are water soluble. Aquarelle. So we got that, and I can't wait to swatch these. So that is the Metropolitan set of 6, and on top of that, we got the Mega Mash set of 12 colors in here. And oh, there we go. There's our colors on there. So we've got yellow, orange, 2 shades of pink, 2 shades of blue, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 shades of green, a brown, and a black. Good selection. I can't wait. I'm going to swatch those on camera, and we'll try them out on a coloring page. That will be fun. And if I like them, I'm going to get the rest of them because there aren't all that much. And I finally got myself Secret Garden. On Amazon.ca. It was on sale for $9. So I had to pick it up because, I mean, everybody has this. A lot of people, this was their first adult coloring book or their introduction to adult coloring. I started coloring way after this was like the only one there was, and it just never appealed to me. But this year I have found out that I just absolutely love coloring leaves first and flowers second. So those are definitely going to be my kind of pictures. Okay, so I think now what I'll do is do this. My sister and I send each other a little something for our birthdays. It can be whatever we want. It can be something off of our wish lists, or some cool stuff we found at thrift shops and all that sort of thing. And that's what my sister did for me. She sent me this great big box, and it had a couple of things in it that weren't color related that I'm not going to show on here, but it did have tons of color related things, especially books. And this is the first one. It is 100 Zen Designs, the Ultimate Collection Inspirations. I have no idea why it's called Inspirations, but I have done the first page in this right here. As soon as I saw this page, I had to color it. So this is a book full of what people would call, some people would call wallpaper. They're repeating designs mostly. Some of them don't repeat. And I absolutely love coloring patterns. It's another thing I've found out about myself this year so far. So then the next thing that she sent me was this set of budget pencils. These are the Brute Fooner. Now they come in this package right here called South Sun. They're 160 oil pencils. And nowhere on the box does it say that they are Brute Fooners, but they belong to the Hero family of budget pencils that all have different names but have the same pencils. So this is Brute Fooner, and they are the same as the Guang Hui. See if I can get one out. I haven't used these yet because I wanted to get them put into a tray. Now they have, okay, good, they have numbers on them. They do not have color names though, which is annoying, but at least they have numbers. So you gotta have numbers for a colorist. Now, names are more preferred. So if you are a pencil manufacturer and you're watching by some strange occurrence, you're watching my video, put color names on your pencils and markers and stuff that are aimed at colorists. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying those out. I haven't tried out oil pencils or hard pencils. Now, I'm just going to pull some stuff out of, pull the rest of the things out of the box here so I can get it off my table. Oh. There we go. Okay, so the rest of the stuff is books. After I show you this, got this, I don't know what you can do to show it to you. I don't know if it'll show up on there. Oh, it does better. So this is a stencil. When I did, oh, it goes this way. When I did mixed media art, my specialty was using stencils, and I have a whole collection of them, and this will be nice added to my collection. And I'm gonna try and figure a way to use my stencils in my coloring, I think, into my background. But yeah, I have a lot of my mixed media supplies and stuff that I want to start putting into my coloring. But I'm just going to do that one thing at a time, one small step at a time. I think it'll be a little while before I get to the stencils. Okay, so now coloring books. This one is, so these are all pretty much pattern books, I think, that she sent me. This is Colors of a Garden, Creative Moments Coloring Series by, okay, it's published by Canada, by the Pencil Patterns Creation. What does that say? Pencil Patterns. Oh, okay, creation is part of the word in French, so it's by Pencil Patterns. And this has kind of like doodly pictures in it. I don't know if these are just Shutterstock pictures or if they actually have an illustrator. Let's see. What did it say on the front page? No, it doesn't say anything about where they came from. Okay, so the next one is called Color Therapy. Mandalas, Geometric, Paisleys, Florals, and this is a spice box because inside it comes with Is that 3 or 4? How do you open this? I think it comes out there since it's got a slip. Well, I don't know how to open that up, but these are spice box markers with a brush on one end and a fine liner on the other. I really want to open those. Oh, you know what? I think it's got a piece of tape here. Yes, it does. There we go. Okay, so there's 4 of these markers, and I'm assuming they are water-based. Let's see, what does it say? Acid-free, non-toxic, contains something adherence to something else. Does that have a color name on it? Let me look at another one. Sorry, this is boring for you, I know, but I just want to see if these have colors. There's a word there. See if it's the same on the next one. Oh yeah, just says spice box. Alright, so there's 4 pens that we'll check them out, see if they work. And this is a block, and it has, I'm going to have to turn it this way, and it has mandalas, or full page mandalas. That's cool. Oh look! It is not the same pattern at all, but it's a big triangle one. Oh, I really enjoyed that one, so yes, I like that. Oops, sorry. Moving everything around here. Okay, then the next one is this a Bendon book? This is from the dollar store. It's a mandala. 32 mandalas. That's not a mandala. It's a doodle picture. Okay, so yeah, it's mostly like full page mandalas. For some reason it has a toucan at the front. And this doesn't have any information about, oh, okay, they're Shutterstock pictures. Then I got me another Angela Porter book, and this is Color Me Calm. So the first one I had was Color Me Happy, and now I have Color Me Calm. Now I've looked through these, and there's another one, and each one of them has basically 2 pictures colored in them. This is the one that has the mandala section in it, and it's just patterns and, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, there, that's one that's already been colored. They didn't do too shabby a job. I might try to go on with her cover theme. The other one is Color Me Stress Free. And again, same thing. All sorts of whimsical doodly pictures. That one's been started, but it's quite a mess. So I think I'll probably just tear that page out. And so, yeah. That's okay. Then we get on to, and this is the final bit, I have an order here from Amazon.ca and one from Amazon.uk, just small orders of books. This is the other Angie Grace book I got. This one is called Whimsy, and it is from the series called Angie's Patterns, and it is volume 2. I was going to get volume 1 first, but it's all snowflakes, and people were saying how it wasn't anywhere near as good as her usual stuff. So I decided to start with 2, and these are awesome. I can't wait to color these. Let's see what the first one is, because this kind of book I just start from the beginning. Ooh, interesting. Okay, and then since I mentioned I was going to get this one, I finished, last month I finished Color Quest, the very first Sun Life Drawings quest book, and I wanted to have one that was themed, so I got the Animal Quest book, and of course this has, you can't tell what anything is, but all the pictures are animals, and it's got a list of the ones on the back, and I don't have any of these. There's Animal Baby, there's Pokemon, Animal Love, and Animal Christmas. So I will be getting all of them eventually because I love those books. Then the other thing I got was the Grayscale Light and Dark Fantasy. I cannot wait to start coloring in this. It is fantastic. Yes, I've seen a lot of pictures colored in it and I can't wait. Then I had a little order from Amazon.uk. This is the new Carré Mystère. Came out last month. It's animals. So this is just the squares. And there's some idea of the pictures that are in here. Right there. And then this is one of the older ones. And it's Tsum Tsum. I just absolutely love Tsum Tsums. I think they're just absolutely adorable. So, same thing. And this is what they look like. And this is what you're going to get here. What are those? Weird. Oh, it shows you the picture they were made from. They don't do that in any of the other ones. And then the reason why I was placing an order from Amazon.uk is this new baby. This is the new Cercle Magique, and it is Grand Classique for its theme, which means the great classics. And this is your circle book. So you've got the big circles and you've got the pixel circles, I think. Obviously not as many as are in the other one. Oh, maybe there aren't any. Maybe it's just the big circles. Do people complain about the little circles? Yeah. Oh, no, there's one. I guess there's just very few of them in here. So mostly the big circles and a handful of the pixelated circles. And then one more thing that I bought, because I can't get these here, and I did finally find some on Amazon.ca, but they're like outrageous because they're imported. And these are used a lot in Europe. It is a presentation book. This is size A4. And it's like made up of little page protectors. Well, not little, they're full-size page. And it's a book full of these page protectors. So anyways, what I got this for was to put my Disney Mosaic book in here, and if I get any more of the French block coloring books, the ones that the pages aren't permanently attached to the book. They're like a pad of paper when you open them up. I'm going to take them apart and put them in here. This has 60 pockets, so it has 120. It will hold 120 pages, and the block that I have has 100. It has 100 pages, so it'll only fill up half of this book. So I should be able to get 2 in here. But these are really cool, and if they made these here, I could see them being a real popular item with crafters, for sure, for storing stuff. I don't see why they don't sell them here. They're called presentation book. Yeah, so that's it. That's the last thing that I got. So I've got a lot of swatching to do. I have a lot of flips to show you, and I've got a lot of sorting and organizing of the new pens and markers that I got, and pencils that I got. So thank you for joining me. If you made it this far, please give me a thumbs up. If you do not subscribe, then please hit the button and join me in my further adventures. So in the meantime, until next time, bye-bye.